I feel a little weird about 3 melee heroes already, and one of them's not going mid, because that means no matter what they do here, one of their lanes is going to be double melee. And I'll tell you, Marcy Night Stalker does not seem ideal. You could do Tiny Night Stalker lane. I don't hate that just because Night Stalker is a little bit of a potato in the lane anyway, so you might as well just like give him some solo EXP, drag waves, maybe go help out mid lane. And then Marcy could be on 5, but I always want to see kill threat with Marcy, because this hero is just so good at getting kills. And hopefully they don't pick an Alk or something and kind of ruin that kill threat as well. So then I'd be a little afraid for BetBoom if they don't have any side lanes that have any pressure.
Yeah, the Marcy might just instead try and play around mid, like ganking the voice.
With Tiny, we're just gonna try lane mid. Sure.
I don't know.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No.
Which would mean both side lanes have to be self-sufficient. So they'd have to pick something that can lane against the Beastmaster by itself, which would be like Beastmaster. We talked about he played the Weaver. I think that was one of his roughest games I've ever seen him have on Dahak, but it could be a different type of game.
Where are you seeing all of the BetBoom heroes going at the moment, if you were to number them?
Puck is mid.
Yep.
I think Night Stalker off lane, Tiny 4, Marcy 5.
Yeah, okay.
That seems the most logical.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
Tiny 5 is pretty rare. I did watch Kuroki play it twice earlier today, but it was more of Enigma Galaxy special, just trying to get the right heroes in the game and flex it. So what do they ban? They banned the Bristleback. That is a hero. Interesting. Why did they ban the Bristleback? I guess.
Walk us through your thoughts, Fia.
Maybe they feel they don't have enough damage to kill it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, is that the hero that can go against Night Stalker? Night Stalker has a silence. I mean, it's okay, I guess.
10 seconds remaining.
TeamSpirit, I did see Yatoro play the Sven before. I don't think it's that bad in this game. Terrorblade looks totally fine as well as that banned. No, it is not.
TeamSpirit have one more ban.
Is it going to be that Terrorblade?
Or TeamSpirit. 4. I mean, I guess BetBoom could pick TV, but I wouldn't really want to against Phoenix Wyvern. I think the Weaver does make a lot of sense. I thought BB could be good for BetBoom too.
BB for BB.
Yeah, BB for BB. But there will be no BB for BB this game because it is banned.
The alliteration buff.
They ban Huskar and Viper, so
TA?
maybe this Night Stalker is carry?
TA? TA?
TA for whom?
TA for Spirit.
Oh, for Spirit?
Yeah, TA for Spirit.
TA Sven, those both sound good.
Yeah, Yatoro played a pretty mean Sven.
Alright, so this is like carry Night Stalker then. Alright, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
We've seen this one play out in 2 different ways before. One being that they had to time it, and there was a little downtime for them when Night Stalker was not very
10 seconds remaining.
buffed. Trying to find the word. But another time we've seen it in SEA, and it didn't really seem to have too much of that issue.
Yeah, but what's their response here to the Enigma? This means they can go a different route. They could go Medusa, Wraith King, Terrorblade still in the pool. Look at the top 3 heroes that just come to my head immediately.
They actually have so much choice.
Monkey King could be okay. Sven's
It's
still
banned.
fine. Yeah, whatever. I don't look at bans.
I already said that's what I'm here for. You just throw out the hero and I tell you if it's banned or not.
Yeah. Oh, I give enough hero picks.
Yeah.
You guys up next.
I was about to say, the last time they picked Sven, it was into Razor, and they really liked it because the Sven did like way more damage than the Razor could like steal. And that was their like thought process.
Yeah,
it's cool to see it again.
I told you why Sven's good versus Night Stalker too.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 heroes I hate playing Night Stalker against. They picked one of them.
Perfect. They actually let it go all the way through. But now that we see all our heroes, we're going to see where they end up. And we're also going to see our casters. We saw one half of them before. It is going to be Lyrical and Trent. Yeah, we saw one half of this duo. Lyrical.
Usually half.
And now we see Trent. Just half. If you guys, he's halving this way.
Oh, that's a leg.
And Lyrical's halving this way. I like it. 2 different ways of thinking.
Terrible. It was such a bad bit. I'm sorry. Apologies to everybody.
No, it was great. We got to see 2 different halves. Anyway, moving on. Trent, how are you? Break down the draft. That's it. 2 simple things I'm asking.
Okay, well, I'm great. You know, more Dota. We're getting close to tiebreakers in all the regions. Pretty exciting. BetBoom trying to make that happen here. And I don't know what Dahak was going to bring out at the end of this draft, not going to lie. TSpirit looked nice and safe and easy, and BetBoom, I look forward to seeing a lot of aggression and diving. I feel like that's the game plan.
Is that the same sentiment for you down there, Lyrical?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got two weird carries, Night Stalker versus Sven, because the Hawks playing Night Stalker. I'm down. Let's go.
Has
How-
Sven fallen so far?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you guys feeling about these two carries?
I mean, last time they did really well with the Sven.
Mhm.
So I don't know about Night Stalker. You. Ugh.
Are you the same for you? You gonna go all in Team Spirit?
Yeah, I'll go in all in Team Spirit.
All
here.
in. We
All
got to
in.
finally admit it. All in Team Spirit for pretty much everyone here as we jump into game one between Team Spirit and BetBoom.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, they have run it before, but to me at least, I'll just say I feel like Sven is weird. This hero just like is a crazy dude. Obviously, stack up Ancients, that looks great and wonderful, but I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it was just I saw Fada play it the other day, and that just felt terrible. But Trent, here we are, BetBoom versus Spirit.
Yeah.
What do you see as like the benefits of the BetBoom draft?
A lot of aggression, low cooldowns. They just want to fight. Now, part of that, there's always an issue when you have Night Stalker because you're playing at night time. I know,
Right.
crazy concept. And then you have to play around your ulti, and so that is something. But, you know, they also have Puck, Tiny, and Marcy, who are very, like, just get in there, grab the kill, and it can be difficult to respond to them very quickly. And then you kind of have this, like, Enigma in the back, who he has the good team fight available. If he hits the good black holes, he's got that little bit of pressure you can offer onto towers and just, like, taking objectives. So he can sort of push that snowball a little bit. But I really feel like Team Spirit just have, like, such a solid standard draft that it's going to be fairly difficult for BetBoom here.
It's true. The
30
sort of
seconds to
avenue for getting a good team fight is either through like, you know, a Beastmaster Roar or a Winter's Curse into Egg or something else like that. And the pathways for BetBoom feel a little bit more amorphous. You kind of have to like poke in, poke out, get a pick off, then like sort of snowball from there. So we'll see. I do want to, as we're going to see these runes, I think, be traded off to a piece. Force Major making some sneaky moves there, and yeah, he's just gonna be pushed back. So this ends up being 3 for 1 actually into the favor of Team Spirit. Not bad. And missing on the sentry mid too. Seneko a little bit off the mark.
Check out Yadaro's starting items for the lane on the Sven. He took
Yo.
a branch and a chainmail
That's
versus
awesome.
Enigma and Tiny. Yeah, pretty cool. It helped deal with the Eidolons. And was that Yadaro who Tomato was looking at the clip at with the Echo Saber thing? Did you see that? He's been on the,
I think so, yeah.
He's been on the Sven grind, it looks like, you know, trying to make this hero feel good, look good. And yeah, I don't know. He seems to really enjoy the hero if he's grinding out in his pub. So I'm looking forward to it. I want Sven to be good. He's a bit of a classic carry. He likes the stacks. He farms them up. He doesn't like him to support. Gets bullied that hard, though. Man, one toss, there goes 60% of your HP.
Ain't no joke. He needed a chainmail on Maposhka, although that would have been bad. You know, one thing that I just wanted to highlight as we get ready and look around all of these lanes is how important this series is, in particular for BetBoom. You know, this team, they did so well at the major, and now they're set up to potentially get a direct invite to TI if things go well. But if they lose this series, that's it. It's over. They're going to be stuck below the threshold of points, so they have to win this series if they want to get a shot at that direct invite. And we all know how like absolutely insane these Eastern Europe like regional qualifiers are. Any team can beat anybody, so not having to play those is like pivotal.
Yeah, get me out of that qualifier, honestly. I will be trying as hard as I can, obviously, to avoid all that altogether, because why wouldn't you? So best of luck, and I mean, that means that this is probably one of their best foots they're putting forward here with this draft.
True.
And one of the strategies I would think they would feel very confident in. And I have to say, it still looks rather risky to me, so we'll see if they can get that needle aggression going here off the back of Laryl's Puck and Dahak's Night Stalker.
Laurel already taking a big chunk of damage there from Toronto Tokyo, and does have a wave that's coming in towards him. 9-0 so far versus 11-3, and Puck will clean up these last couple last hits. So the deny is a little annoying, but still he's very, very even with the Void Spirit. Just a slight lead in XP for Toronto Tokyo there.
Yeah, well, Mira taking the opportunity to get a courier kill there while Seneko and Dahak try and harass Collapse back. So that's going to cut off the Tango supply to Seneko and send the Bracer back for a little bit for Dahak. We'll get delivered safely now, though, at the very least.
And at least in the early going, what we've seen sometimes in these Eastern European matches is like a sort of slightly passive laning stage, maybe with a couple solo kills here and there. But you got to imagine that when nighttime comes around, Dahak's going to be trying to bully this lane to the best of his ability on this NS. Got so annoying as the chase is continuing there. Maposhka just getting pulled all the way around this lane by Force Major.
I think there's a lot of pressure on the first nighttime because he's in a lane with a Marcy, and so you have a hero that should be able to enable that for kills right away. Like I do not want to be waiting and like have a farming night or something like that, right? I want to be bullying Collapse out of here, pushing and pressuring, and I especially want to be getting those kills early because I want it before the supports are level 6. Because once you start diving in like second nighttime, and you're gonna have potential for a Winter's Curse and a Phoenix like coming through with Fire Spirits and Egg. It can make it very difficult to dive for those kills without risking a potential like turnaround triple kill or something. So to me, 5 minutes is it's gonna be clutch here.
Yeah, and what level Dahak gets at that point? Right now, level 3.5, saving a point right now if he wants to go Crippling Fear. And is he in trouble? Toronto Tokyo? No, can't get there.
Yeah, he got caught in an Aether out of his phase shift, so it's pretty painful amount of damage. Oh,
Meanwhile,
wait, he took that last hit. Mira, he's coming. Mira. Oh, wait, have a top 2?
No, down bottom there, bottom. Yeah. Force Major gets the water rune deny. So, yeah, both mids being denied a rune.
That's great. That's quality stuff right there.
Very well done with these rotations, wanting to shut anything down. 30 seconds now until we get nighttime, and does about to get level 4. Can they do anything?
What are you doing?
DOT Fairy Fire. Oh, but he got the last round. That was really well played. Mira gets that kill. Couple more shots coming up from the tower, but it won't be enough. That last little round there of the Fire Spirits did him in.
Toronto Tokyo is giving him no chance on these phase shifts either. It's just so quick that he reacts with the Remnant, because I'm sure he's thinking I can get away with that. Like I can phase shift this and then move before he can Remnant me, but not even close. And I mean, that's been a pretty big bane of his existence in this lane so far. The worst part was that Toronto Tokyo was the one who was actually like lower near the start of that and didn't have his raindrops delivered quite yet. So if anything, a rotation from a Radiant support could have been pretty frightening.
And as we see up top now, a good chunk of damage. Cold Embrace onto Yadaro, keeping him fine, but a toss back onto Noticed. And we'll have Malefist back up in a couple of seconds, trying to run out of there with the phase boots, and looks like he will be able to escape. Meanwhile, underneath the tower, Mira doing a ton of damage to Seneko there, but it's not going to be enough. Feeling very bold after getting some levels out of that mid kill, and ends up being punished.
Yeah, Seneko's just salving and claritying and like, yeah, we got to go. Like, this is what we need, right? This is the plan.
Seneko does not have mana for Dispose, but gets the Enchanted Mango. Couple more punches. Collapse still living. Mango's himself. And now the axes, it won't quite be enough to kill off Seneko. And Mira? All right, he comes back in, and Mira just wants to die. Or rather, Seneko does.
Those raindrops doing some work down there, trying to reduce some of that damage, but eventually able to chew right through them. So very well done. This is exactly what you need right now. If you're hoping for BetBoom, this kind of start you're looking for. I mean, sure, it's still 2-2, but Night Stalker's getting off to a good start. And this is a hero that can't afford to do poorly in the lane, especially if it's position 1.
Well, and already off to a good start, like you said. Level 6, saving that point in case they want to get something going around the next nighttime. But at least for now, or rather once it becomes day again, for now, there's some pretty good pressure up top as well. You can see this catapult wave coming in and already having some pretty substantial damage from Noticed in that catapult. The chase? Do they go for any more? Doesn't look like. I thought maybe that Seneko is going to go for Mirror there, but they're heading towards Collapse instead. Rebound in. And immediately going in with the Sunray, and Dahak's got to run. They can't do anything there.
I don't know if he tossed that boar on purpose, but that was kind of clutch. because it
Yeah.
stopped the slows and let them get away. I'm just going to say it was on purpose. Lara with the rotation, though. Void
And-
Spirit counter rotation, though.
They're all here, looking for it. Jump in. Good silence afterwards. That stops the follow-up damage. Gets the Resonant Pulse finally. Mira still down low. Seneko burning. Mira gets away again. And one more Spirit almost connected there onto Hawk. Instead, they're going to chase and kill Mira. Well played. BetBoom coming out hot.
Yeah, even with the instant response from the Void Spirit, too. Probably because the ward was in between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower, so they might have seen the puck TPing or something. I'm not sure where he was, but still not enough to go for the save. So, once again, Dahak just where he needs to be. Needs to get some regen here, though, because they're still lingering.
Careful. Toronto, Tokyo. Yeah, they're playing around this well, though. I think he spotted him through those trees that were torn down. So good heads-up play there by Dahak to get out.
Seneko for the sacrifice here.
Suppose.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't have that much mana in there. Saves himself for the rebound. So they get out of there.
Pass on some tango, seal it up, but at least you've relieved this tower of its defenders. Force Major still feeling confident enough to run in here, though. He's going to bump into
Radiant's
Toronto
bottom
Tokyo.
tower is under
He's salved
attack.
up. The Hawk's back in.
initiating.
Pops ulti. Black hole afterwards onto both of them.
Dude,
Needs to bring
how?
down one at the start. They have the silence. Crippling fear, and with no level 6 on Phoenix, means this is going to be full duration. Seneko in trouble, will die. But the Hawk ready to run down a couple more afterwards. Goes from Aposhka. No mana on the Wyvern. And the toss back into another finish.
Amazing. That was the best blink black hole I've ever seen. He blinked from the other side of the map. Do you see that? Right in the tree line? And just black hole. He found the wormhole.
That's amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen it work that well, where you just literally TP directly next to two heroes and get a black hole 9 minutes into a game, but you will take that as noticed. Having already taken the top tower, sort of done his job, and then to find a black hole on 2 before 10 minutes, kind of the perfect start to an Enigma game right now.
This is everything that they could want. I mean, the only thing that could potentially be going better is like Puck is maybe a little bit behind the Void Spirit. Laurel, struggling to sort of snowball in, but I mean, he's still getting good farm. It's not like it's bad.
Dire's middle tower.
Okay, that ward directly on him, but yeah, he didn't care.
Coiled, DD, silence, Sunray trying to salvage this. Notice down low. Do they have enough damage to bring him down though? Notice continuing to run out of there. Abba toss combo dead. They bring down Toronto Tokyo. They do lose the Enigma for it, but still
Radiant's
big
bottom
wins.
tower has fallen.
That's crazy. I thought there was no way out of that cold embrace they'd have enough chains to disable him. But he just got like Malefice and then into Avalanche. He had a window, but he didn't hop out.
Well, Collapse in the meantime did manage to take that bottom tower. And with the Helm of the Dominator done, his game is certainly looking a little bit better than it was earlier. But, I mean, we'll have to see if he can translate that into more victories across the map. Because right now, things looking pretty good for BetBoom, despite the very close net worth between the two teams.
Yeah, and now it looks like they're praying for a smoke in the mid lane here with both supports hitting 6. At least they were kind of lingering there, but instead they're just going to force it with Collapse.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
Lau
tower
gets the
is
jaunt,
under
so
attack.
the tower will fall,
Radiant
and when you have two
structures are
supports like this just in position, plus it's daytime. Oh, actually, he's ulting in 1 second, so there is a time to fight. They are so implanted here, though. I do not think you really want to go into this. This is terrifying.
The other thing, they just got a Midas on Night Stalker, and he is running in. Ready to battle, potentially. And, okay, they keep their tower alive. A little bit of a feint there. I don't know if they actually were ready to fight or not. Black Hole is still on cooldown. But the Hawk pops ulti. It's going to be nighttime again. Relatively close to this, I would imagine, when the Dark Ascension wears off.
I feel like that was great from TSpirit, because now I think you just go back.
Okay.
Like, they didn't spend anything. The supports are still lingering around. The tower's weak. Like, you can just clear this wave. Bottom is Collapse, and if you don't die to a rotation from Lau +1, which you're going to try not to,
Radiant's middle
you
tower
could
is
just go
under
mid
attack.
again, because there will not be a Dark Ascension, and you have 3 minutes.
Laurel getting punched. Has the roar. Can't get in range, though. Seneko moves on
baits.
in.
The
and then the
baits.
coil. That was so well played. Maposhka's there, though, for the turn. They already lose one, and now going to lose another. Laurel's going to go down. The creeps kill him. Maposhka gets credited with it. Oh, TSpirit, they found a moment.
Well, I mean, he still took the bait. He just, he ate you after, right? You know?
That's fair. That's true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Damn, dude. Are they going to get this? I mean, 3 points in Inner Beast, as well as Yadaro having ulti. This is a dead tier 2 tower. 12 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty big punish on a Midas Night Stalker. Understandable, again, in his role that he wants to go for this. Likewise, going for the shard as well. You get it, right? It's versus the Beastmaster. He has the Helm build, but he doesn't do much right now.
Yeah, give him the tip afterwards. I wonder if that's what you saw the Midas.
You showing up? You coming to this fight or what, huh?
I mean, like you said, the sort of momentum that TSpirit can play with, if they get an inch, they're going to take a mile, definitely. And they're doing that. I mean, going into the Vlad's next. This is going to be some scary time, and BetBoom need to make space, I guess, at this point.
And you know one of the worst feelings is when you're playing a Marcy tiny support duo, and your team can't, like, force the fights. Because it's, like, daytime, you don't want to, your Night Stalker doesn't want to fight. Or when you do force a fight, it's kind of in an unfavorable circumstance, just like down bottom. That's a bad feeling, you know. They don't really have the best wave players in support duo either, so they're kind of just forced to wait.
Yeah. Dark Ascension is about to be back up. They might pop it now, so that way they'll have enough time as they get ready around this bounty rune. It's a DD. Toronto Tokyo jumps in, finds them. Roar afterwards. They find a Hawk right at the start. Seneko, they try and turn it, but look at this. The Winner's Curse again on top of the egg. The Hawk is done. And Seneko likely to fall afterwards. They get a coil on a Toronto Tokyo. They do a black hole, dropping everything to get this kill. Cold Embrace will not be enough to keep him alive. So they claim 2 in exchange buyback. Seneko, do they really want to fight this though? Yadaro doing a lot of damage. Seneko moves on in. Maybe a chance. They have the dispose and they'll get him. Good buyback from Seneko. Can they find any more afterwards? They've got Avatos. Force Major looking for the range, but it's not quite there.
Yeah, so they weren't quite sure what happened there. So, I mean, Laro's got the damage with the help of the Witchblade, thankfully, to get through with those kills, as well as that Spirit Vessel doing a lot of work at the moment. Gonna be a while before he has any sort of a dispel for that on Yadaro. Not really a hero you like typically think of Vessel being great versus, but it makes a lot of sense when he's trying to fight early.
True. And Force Major gets punished as TSpirit come back in numbers. Just 4 hero at the mid lane. They will not give up that tier 1 tower mid. The TI champs come into play in this best of 3.
Dude, look at the Hog right now.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I'll farm these ancients. This is the difference between me and Sven.
Right.
He gave up.
Oh, God. Dude, that is
like, yeah, I'll just
annoying.
eat another one. I'm out of here. Can we go kill a hero or something? I'm gonna go. Can I handle this camp? Nah, this one's pretty tough too.
He can't really go on Toronto Tokyo either. I mean, you can see why he went to Midas. Like, he's not going to keep up and farm otherwise. There's no way. And Toronto Tokyo wisely backing away, realizing they could be coming his direction.
Oh, Maposhka with the Wyvern plays. The easy D wards.
Man, that is 2 Winner's Curses now that Wyvern has, like, been a big part of the either kill or almost kill on. Pretty clutch.
Yeah, that's, oh well. That's like, should be death.
Oh. Takes a lot, but yeah, they do kill Marcy.
Too many allies around to really handle them, but yeah, I mean, that's part of like going Witchblade first and going Midas and everything on the Night Stalker. Like, they don't really have any sort of mobility to catch the Wyvern yet. So Maposhka kind of still has a free game, right? Like, the Tiny we know can't farm because they're playing too tight. He doesn't get like a dead lane or something. They do have the coil snapped on Yadaro. It's pretty speedy
noticed. Though. Yeah, they got vision. And this will be enough to bring him down 2 times now. A little bit overextension by Yadaro. And in the meantime, they do kill Force Major, but you will take that Sven kill over the Tiny every day of the week. And maybe, can they find any more? Mirror does have ulti. And all the Eidolons nearby.
Dude,
notice Malefice. Ooh, that might have gotten him killed. I think Mira could have egged, but they will not go for it anyways, so.
That was close. Yeah, because like if he eggs and then there's a curse on top of that from Maposhka who was nearby, a little bit worrisome. Probably just don't want to throw it because they want you to like defend the towers, make sure they have a good fight with Yadro there as well. Uncharacteristic deaths, I would say, this game from Toronto Tokyo and Yadro. They tend to not really, like when they're in a leading position, I would say it's not very regular to see them die. I feel like they tend to like play those fights really well. They don't generally get picked off or anything, but maybe a bit of greediness overall here as he now jumps on the Force Major, trying to, as we said, farm said Blink Dagger, but there's just no space to do it.
Yeah, that will be an easy pickoff every time if he's just too far out like that. Now, of course, we talked about it earlier, but this collapse fully invested in the Helm of the Overlord is going to be pretty annoying when he just gets eaten by the Night Stalker and has the Blink Dagger done. So the Hawk can definitely just go like blink, eat the creep, and then be ready for the rest of the fight. Although, look at this. Going right on in for the Roche. And BetBoom, that feels like they have an understanding that this is going on.
Know. But yeah, they got
Night Stalker, he's got the blink ready. Moving in, ready to go.
They
gotta be careful. They got the blink ready.
Go,
Jumps the back line, finds them, ready to go. Round 2, do they have enough? Notice has to get on in there. Roche bashes. It's down super low. They need to get into the pit. On the other side of it, the jump in. Ava tossed away. Does he get it? Oh my God. Aegis down on the ground and they steal it. Force Major takes the Aegis. It was down on the ground for so long. And now Yadro in more trouble. Well, does look like he's going to be able to get out of there. There's no extra follow-up afterwards from Dahak. What a wild series. Wait a minute. Toronto, Tokyo? Oh, he couldn't get it quick enough. Damn.
He got silenced. Yeah, just caught by the puck. What on earth? That was such a strange fight from Notice. He was waiting for like the Omega black hole. I don't even know what, because from our point of view, we can obviously see the pit and it's like, oh my God, it's perfect. They've got the Wyvern. There's nothing to stop this black hole. And I'm just like waiting. And he's like, no, not yet. And hey, it was fine. It worked out. He had the like ultimate potential thing. They had to continue to play around it and think about it throughout a lot of that. Like that's partially why the curse is probably still there, right? Between that pressure and the thought of the black hole. So, hey, you know, Force Major, what a toss, by the way. Getting in there, grabbing that. Toronto Tokyo comes in, somehow still can't pick up the Aegis either. That was total chaos in the pit.
And again, a big moment where BetBoom, they sort of catch a team spirit that weren't quite ready for him. Didn't have somebody out to break the smoke quite in time. They got a full wrap. And, well, they will find Notice here. So Yadro gets a little bit of retribution. But you do bring up a good point also. There's a lot of things that kind of need to be worried about with this black hole. The roar, you know, you've got the even egg to some extent is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Dahak has ulti, jumps in, finds one. Toronto Tokyo in trouble. Roar there, but the silence persists. And Seneko gets that disposed off at the last second.
What is going on with Toronto Tokyo today?
He's
having
having a rough
fights
one.
like Wyvern's right there. Like I don't know if he's just like just pretending, but I don't know. My kids have a pretty good imagination. Apparently, so does Toronto Tokyo.
Pretending. That's I mean, it's fair. It's been a rough one. And I mean, again, he kind of has to be that one to go in first, but has just been a little bit, you know. I maybe wasn't anticipating the rest of BetBoom there, but regardless, he gets punished heavily. 5 deaths on him already this early going.
It reminds me of like some of the core players who were more well known for that style of just like, I don't care if I die, I'm making space for the other two. I feel like that's how he's playing this game. And I think he knows that. But it does look kind of comical. But hey, while that's happening, Yadro is farming full waves, and so's Collapse, so
yeah,
that's just what's happening.
They getting towards that Aghanim Scepter, which will also be a big win for him. Force Major has the Blink Dagger done now. The Aegis has allowed him to farm. The man on the mission. But less than 1,000 gold separating these two teams. And it doesn't feel like there's going to be a runaway of either team right now, necessarily.
I have a genius idea. Okay, you ready for this?
Hit me up.
Guys, don't tell anyone. This is my secret strat. All right, so if you're Collapse, you use your Helm of the Overlord and you take one of the Hellbears. Because he's going to try and eat your creep, and it's going to buff the shit out of your Sven. Because he won't be able to help himself. He's going to be like, oh, there's the creep. I got to eat it. And then suddenly Sven, he's just going to tear you apart.
How much is it? It's 50%, right?
It's yeah, base attack damage of 50%, or you can do the other guy and get 100 attack speed.
Are scanning.
Dude, that's kind of cool. So it's like
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, guys?
I mean, I think the attack speed's probably better with Sven though, but
Yes.
I agree. That sounds awesome.
Well, then again, it's 50% base attack damage. Maybe it's
He
not.
already
Maybe
he
the
gets-
damage is better.
I mean, yeah, it's tough to. Oh my God, look at Maposhka. Oh. No. They got him.
Okay, that blink though.
It was a good blink, but yeah, he was always gonna die. Poor guy. Oh, go eat that creep. Wait, can you get him? Oh, no, blink on cooldown, but he will gobble it up.
Munchy munchy. 2 Midases, would you believe it?
I love that. Everybody says it couldn't be done.
What is it with the golems? It's constantly golems. Every time I look at collapse, he's finding them.
I don't know, man. They're a good item. Oh, Force Major. Avalanche off cooldown. The Aegis, though. Can he blink out?
The Aegis guys.
No, the Yule Scepter. All right, they got him. They get a little bit of retribution there for the earlier steal.
Less than 1k gold lead at this point. I mean, even talk about Yadro clearing camps and farming a little bit, but hey, you know, Snako finding some space as well. Kind of laughed about how tough it was, but now you have the levels on Marcy. You're actually okay at pushing out waves. You know, the levels kind of come at a point where you don't need them, unfortunately, because typically you're getting like your sidekick earlier, so it can be more difficult to farm the side lanes and get that blink dagger up. But now that you have the levels, you got a little bit of space. She's getting items. You got your Tiny getting items. Question is scaling. You know, you always are going to have the Enigma. True, that's obviously going to be pretty good. But outside of that, I don't know. I get a little worried when I see Void Spirit getting his words like Aghanims before he even has like the defensive item. Then the defensive item comes out and he's really hard to deal with.
Right.
Especially when you're
true.
forced to go Lincoln's on Laurel too.
Yeah, that is one of the kind of issues. They're actually going mass Lincolns. This is what I talked about in the earlier series. They're going Lincolns on him and then also on Noticed. It is a good answer against like the Curse. It's a great answer against the Roar as well. Like all this stuff is going to be pretty good to set them up for the future. But like you say, you do have to wonder, like these supports just feel like they scale so well on the side of
They're so hard to deal with. Like once they have these defensive items, it just becomes this game of cat and mouse and vision control. And can you find the Wyvern in time? Like they've actually done an extremely good job so far from BetBoom of finding the Wyvern, but it only takes that one fight where Maposhka slips away and suddenly you just can't even engage them anymore.
Yeah.
The thing about Lincoln's too, as you were saying, it reminds me a lot of like the old Force Staffs where we used to have like 4 or 5 Force Staffs on a team, and it's like multiplicative, you know? It's just like every time you get another Force Staff, they're all that much better. It's the same thing with Lincolns. It just gets like harder and harder to use any of your spells because like you pop one Lincolns and then they instantly, like teams are so good at now where if the guy with the Lincolns has those Lincolns popped, the other player on the team with the Lincolns will instantly like shield them.
Yeah.
And it just creates this really difficult to gauge dynamic.
Yeah, and I mean the other issue too is that like whereas in the last series that we watched, the T1 versus Fnatic, it was like pretty clear the kind of vision advantage. In this, it's sort of back and forth. It's like the Hawk versus the Night Stalker kind of dynamic that goes
the Hawk
on.
versus the Hawk. Is that
Listen,
what you're saying?
2.5 years ago or something, I was casting with Fogged, and we had this exact situation, and it continued the entire game. The Hawk versus the Hawk, and
It's a
looking
tale
forward
as
to
old
it
as
here.
time. What can I say?
The Hawk, he's ready.
Yeah, the Hawk's got the dive bomb though, so the Hawk got to watch it.
They spot them all. Ava, toss. Is there enough? Silence now on to 2. Oh, Notice. Good roar. Afterwards, do they have enough? They have the supernova as well.
It works.
Notice is dead. Oh, big win, big win, big win. Can they find any more? Thinking about going in for round 2, but the Hawk getting zoned out, getting chased, getting killed. Oh, wow, dude. The Hawk killed the Hawk. Literally, the Hawk killed the Hawk. Collapse did it with this Hawk. Dude, the shard. Yo, that's awesome.
Wow,
That made it all worth
225 magical damage. Damn. Oh, okay. Collapse his ownage. That was so. I cannot believe he got that roar off on that BKB to Enigma. I was like, oh, it looks so good. It was a quality like a black hole. And then just roared. And then just dead. Whew. That's quality. That's good stuff right there.
I love that.
That's the Dota I'm here for.
Man, TSpirit, what a huge fight. And like you said, that roar, I mean, I guess he was saving it or something. I'm not sure. It looked like he had an opportunity to black hole there.
I'm not sure how many key targets were there. Plus, like, the Wyvern Curse was still up.
Right.
So it's, you know.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It ended up working out heavily. It's the favor of TSpirit. Man, double BKB piercing disables. And then obviously having the supernova on top of all of that.
Oh, we got ourselves a replay here as well.
Yeah.
I was just like, where is he? There he is. Yeah, so he could have got like Toronto Tokyo and him potentially. Collapse, that is. And then, of course, Yadro just gets him on the single roar set. Just absolutely eviscerates him there. Thank you very much, production. So, yeah, he definitely had a quality one lined up. Even if it forces out the curse, I mean, you'll take that, right?
True. Absolutely. Well, TSpirit, they're looking for more. They have built themselves up now an 8K gold lead. Orb goes out, and they know that BetBoom is up here. Laurel, the Hawk, it scouts him. Jump, silence, caught, in trouble, disposed, but the silence round 2 is there. Seneko cannot save, toss away, but there is nothing to follow this up. Yeah. And they find another. Seneko dead.
Because, like, right now, only Noticed has an option versus the Ags Void Spirit. That's it. Anyone else who gets hit by, and as well as the Hawk, but, you know, I'm thinking about these more guys on the back line kind of deal.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the chain stun of the Hawk, too. Oof.
Dude, it's completely fallen apart. The last couple of minutes, TSpirit's just completely taken over this game. Wow.
Ags Void Spirit is so insane some games. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's impossible to play against. He's itemizing with the Lincolns versus some stuff, and then you just get hit by this Void Spirit. And multiple charges. It's so easy for your teammates to follow up on it as well. They don't really have... I mean, what save works well versus that? You try and, like, blink in as Marcy or Tiny or something and toss out, then you're just sacking that hero, and potentially just get hit by the second charge, and then now you're just stuck in there in silence too.
I mean, yeah, it's like you need to get close to salvage it, and it makes such a difference when your supports can't actually get those items online. Down bottom, Toronto Tokyo Maposhka setting up.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, they TP'd so early for this, but it looks like Dahak might value his life a little bit more than this gold.
Yeah, he's playing it super safe. Going for the Nullifier next as well, and that is an Aghanim Scepter done for the or a shard, sorry, given to the Sven. So undispellable passively grants armor of 7 to all his allies.
This is why support Sven is possible. We'll see. We'll see how well it goes.
Force Major done. I didn't know it gives it to the creeps too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's like a full little aura. Just hangs out with you.
Well, top lane is next, and BetBoom, I mean, everything has fallen apart over the last 8 minutes or so, and you look at where they go from here on BetBoom. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do. They don't have the damage. They haven't found the fights. It's been all TSpirit. Noticed. Drops down Midnight Pulse, but over by the secret shop, they find Toronto Tokyo. As the TPs come in, everybody runs away. Laurel does get the Lincolns out, but the silence afterwards, can they bring them down in the duration of this? It doesn't look like it. So they buy themselves some time, BetBoom, as everybody gets away.
All right, Laurel just barely squeaking his way out of there, as pucks do. There is a ward here on Notice. Okay, he's going to go for the curse off the stun of the Boar Hawk. With the damage, he's dead.
That's BKB used. Couple punches done. Maposhka. Why would you do that to him? It's so mean.
All right, he's got it down, though. The buyback black hole. Here we go.
They find Seneko. This game is so difficult. Coil down. Force Major tosses one away. Toronto Tokyo didn't get caught by it. Oh no, Black Hole is available, but they can't drop it now. The egg was there. Tokyo gets out again. That is a dieback for the Marcy. And buildings are falling. Damn.
Radiant's top barracks
Toronto Tokyo still had the assemble on his Aeon Disc prep there too, as you saw him pop it right there. And yeah, obviously using the BKB before he died on notice, so doesn't really have that buyback play available and just has to sit back and watch. And well, we'll see if they pick him Enigma next game, because I think that's what he's holding Black Hole for. It's been a while since we saw one.
There's one more. Just to make it work for us. Oh, I know BKB. It's, oh no. Yataro's 25. 50% God strength.
There's a refresher on this Phoenix.
GG.
Yeah, I'd be good. There it is. Yeah, get that boar.
Hey, take that. Well, he ends up dying, but GG is called. And wow, all it took was that one fight where the Hawk killed the Hawk, and everything fell apart from there. You okay? Hello?
It's yeah. I don't know. I wasn't a big believer in it, but they almost had me. I was like, oh, you know, if they can just like keep this momentum rolling, like maybe they can do it. It is just tough. It straight up is just tough. Like, because there's so many things that you need to do on all of your heroes to make it feel like you can win these fights. Like, oh, I need to be disabling this Wyvern right now. Where like Curse to me was like the top of the stack. I need to deal with the Curse first, or there's no way we can win a fight with our Night Stalker and our Phoenix, like in our Puck. Like it's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
But it takes so much time to commit for that, then it's very hard to rotate on these other threats that are available. And all of that syncing up where like it finally felt like they had a chance to maybe move forward and be strong in this game. And then the Agnes Scepter comes out from Toronto Tokyo. And it just feels like that just breaks apart all of this clutch execution they need to go for. So truly just a very, very hard game for BetBoom. And TSpirit just playing really clean. Again, some uncharacteristic deaths. Definitely from Yatoro and Toronto Tokyo. I think they're waking up a little bit here. First game of the day.
Right.
But I expect better from the next game.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what you're sort of talking about. We've seen this from Spirit before, where sometimes they fall a little bit behind early. But I think that what you said there about like sort of that mentality of just run in and get it done from Toronto Tokyo, that's the mentality that they needed for him to win the fight. He turned it on a little early, and that's fine. You know, they win the game in the end. Nothing lost. But that's going to do it for game number 1. And BetBoom, they're one game away now from being eliminated from contention. Spirit securing themselves a major slot. And likely that would mean for BetBoom as well, be knocked out of contention for that direct invite for TI. So a lot on this line on this next game for them. We'll see if they can pull it together. But first, we're going to head to a quick break.